Hey, what's up YouTube? King James here. There's a new sniper on the block, the Swiss K31, and it looks like it's meant to be a replacement for the SPR-208 or the KAR98k, both of which are modern warfare guns. It seems like with the fixes on the recoil on all the Cold War ARs, they're trying to transition us from modern warfare weapons into Cold War weapons, likely to get rid of the modern warfare guns at the end of the Cold War life cycle. And I've got it fully leveled up and I've been using it, and it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. I like the fast ADS, and it seems like a pretty good gun, and I have a build for you and some video to talk about, just whether it's good and how it works. So let me show that to you right now. So I've been using the Swiss K31 for a little while now in both Verdansk and in Rebirth, and I found it's really solid for the 100 to say 200 meter snipes. Those are the ones that I really like to do with the SPR and the KAR98. When guys aren't like crazy far away and you're sort of making a Hail Mary sniper shot, when they're a bit close and you're actually engaged in actual combat, that's where I really like to use these guns. And it appears to be about the same damage as the KAR and the SPR. I haven't actually tested the damage on it, but one shot to the head, two to the body. So probably 250 and 165. So it doesn't matter how many plates they have. Two in the body, they're gone. One in the head, and they're gone. And that seems to be pretty well the way with most of the snipers. Some of the other like real heavy duty snipers, like the new ZRG, even in the body they're a single shot, where these ones aren't like that. But then they also shoot a lot faster and reload a lot faster. So there's some advantages to using these ones. And I've been playing with it for a little while and trying to get used to the shot pattern and those types of things on it, because it's a little different than the KAR and the SPR. Now that I've got it down, it works pretty good, and I haven't had a lot of trouble with getting downs with it. So let me show you a little on the bullet velocity and a couple other things. So I don't normally show a whole lot of footage from Cold War because a lot of the Warzone and Cold War stuff doesn't necessarily mesh over, but I was leveling the gun up and I had a couple of times where I got collateral shots where two guys are together and I'd got two shots. So I just recorded them. I thought they were funny. Watch this one here. I shoot the two guys in the head at the same time, and watch the slow-mo on it right here. Two guys are together and the two guns go flying. I just thought it was funny. Anyway, onto the gun build. And just before I jump into my build, I want to say thank you to everybody who's recently come and subscribed to the channel. I want to give a couple shout outs to a few guys who've been coming back and been here for quite a while and have commented and stuck around and checked out my videos. So thanks a lot to Donald Smith, Eddie, Allah Hamdun, Hamaz the Gamer, Jonas the Killer, Visible LEDs, Small Creature, Giovanni, Shadowheart Gaming, and all kinds of other guys out there. I'm sure I'm probably missing tons of you. So thanks to everybody who's really been here for a while, watching my videos and commenting and sharing some great build ideas. So thanks to all of you guys. I really appreciate that love and support. So thank you guys. And if you haven't subbed to the channel, consider subscribing. It's a great community and I really appreciate the love and support, and it really does help small content creators like myself. All right, let's get into it. So I've been carrying the Swiss K31 with the FAR83, the FFAR, even with some SMGs. So I've been trying it out with a whole bunch of different stuff. It really is the same sort of as when I use the SPR. I can use it with almost anything. But anyway, let me show you my build on the Swiss K31. So for the muzzle, it's not going to be any surprise. I'm using the GRU suppressor for the sound suppression, the bullet velocity, and the effective damage range. Now, really, the only thing that actually matters here is the sound suppression, but the bullet velocity, because this gun really needs it. And what I mean by really needs it is the combat recon is really the only barrel that has any bullet velocity on it. The rest of them are fire rate, damage range. This has a little bit of bullet velocity, but not much. And this also has a tiny bit. And I tested some of the barrels, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So I landed in my normal spot at prison and shot out to these silos that are about 505 meters away. And I just lined it up with the barrels and take a shot and measure the time it takes to travel. And I did that here, and then I'll go and change the barrel and come back. But unfortunately, I ran into these guys here and they killed me. And so I flew back in, and he's up on the top here. You probably can't see it, but I did the little bounce thing, and he did it too. And he decided that they're not going to shoot me anymore, because in my death comment I said, hey, I'm just testing guns, so let me do it. Anyway, so I got those off and got the rest of the testing done. So, shout out to these two guys here who actually let me get my testing completed. I saved his name here, Starscream 1986. So if you're watching this, thanks, bro, for you and your buddy letting me get my bullet velocity testing done. And here's what I found. So the combat recon, it gave me 798. The base is 532, which is a little low actually for a sniper rifle. 798, a 50% increase. Now it's a good increase, but it still isn't very high. And then the combat with the GRU is 915. And really that's a little low for a sniper. And the Tiger team, it only got me to 643, and the Tiger team with the GRU to 796. And the Tiger team has a bit of a rate of fire increase, which I measured, and it's sort of dismal actually. Now, compared to the SPR-208 and the KAR98, look at 1172 and 1022. That's why I really like the SPR, because it's got really high bullet velocity for a fast-firing sniper. It really makes it feel like hit scan. Where at 915, you're sort of below that 1,000 magical mark. So I suspect they're probably going to buff this, because I don't see anybody going to the Swiss K31 instead of the SPR or the KAR with this. Now, if you're within 100, 150, 200 meters, like on Rebirth, this thing will actually work just fine. You don't even really have to worry about bullet velocity too much. 900 is okay. But if you're in Verdansk and you're using this over about 150 meters, you're really going to feel that bullet velocity drop. Or if you're trying to shoot guys as they're moving, it's going to be a little harder because it's going to have that lag time before it gets to the destination. Also, let me show you the fire rate difference between the Combat Recon and the Tiger team as well. So I just dropped in and shot the gun as fast as I could. Then I took the two videos and lined them up with a timer, and I wanted to measure just how fast the higher fire rate was. Will it make a difference if I have a really high fire rate to lose the bullet velocity? And well, the measured difference was only 8.5 seconds for all 7 bullets versus 8.8. Like, it's not really that much, which only lands at about a 3.5% difference. So like, if you're going to make a fast fire rate barrel, Raven, why don't you make it actually shoot faster? Make it 15 or 20%, so it's worth it to lose the bullet velocity. Where you get low bullet velocity and only 3.5% on the fire rate, like, what's the point? So guys, this gun needs a buff, both on the bullet velocity, and if you're going to do it for the fire rate, make the fire rate like 20%, so it's actually viable to use. Raven, please. This is a good gun. You need to do some work to it. So I'll be running the Combat Recon barrel. Now for the optic, I've been using the Royal and Cross 4X. I find it's got a good amount of zoom and it works pretty well for those sort of, 100, 150, 200 meter engagements. If you like to shoot farther than that, which this gun's not really made for, you can use the Vulture custom zoom, but I'm not sure this gun really is a greater than 150, 200 meter gun. So I'd probably stick with the Royal and Cross 4 or the Axial Arms 3, seem to be the best two sights for this gun. Now for the ammunition, I've been running the 7-round mag because all the rest of them have ADS penalty. And this gun, really, you're using sort of that close medium sniping range, 100, 200 meters tops, 50 meters even, when you're shooting building to building. So the 7-round mag, no ADS penalty, and gives you a couple more bullets. Now, I'm not using an underbarrel, but I am using a rear grip now that they actually have them fixed. And the airborne elastic wrap gives you ADS time, but it also gives you flinch resistance. And what that is, if you're sniping at a guy who's shooting at you with an AR, and if he hits you and you're like, the AR, when you get hit, it causes you to move away, the flinch resistance stops you from doing that. So it'll allow you to get that headshot off, even while you're shooting at a guy that's got an AR pointed at you and he's hitting you with some shots. So give that a shot. It's been working pretty well for me. And this is how I've been running the gun, and it's been pretty successful. Now remember, this gun's really going to be a 50 to 150, 200 meters tops range gun, because that bullet velocity is going to impact you. And you're not going to shoot somebody out of a helicopter with this thing with the 900 bullet velocity like you would with the SPR at 1100. So really, they need to buff the bullet velocity on this gun, but don't let that dissuade you from using the gun. It does work pretty well. And if you like to snipe on, Rebirth, where a lot of those shots are 50 to 150 meters, this one will work really well there. I was really successful with it on Rebirth because the 900 bullet velocity is enough at those distances to work. Or if you tend to fight closer range in Verdansk and you're not, sniping all the way across the map, again, this gun will also work really well for you there. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, if you don't see me in Warzone, if you don't see me in multiplayer, it's only a matter of time, baby. King James out.